Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. Southern Cross. It's the best cut gear in the business. We run it on our dogs. Hit up Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Go to www.hogdoggear.com. If you're looking for Brahma and Brahma Cross cattle, Marc Rankin with the Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, he specializes in them. He is the man for the job. He's based out of Oglethorpe County, Georgia, and you can contact him at 407-832-2077.
If you're buying or selling land, farms, or hunting property, these folks know land. Phil Wilson with UC Hunting Properties, 678-791-3483.
All right, everybody. How's it going out there in the dog hunting world? What's happening with you? This is our new segment called Don't Run, Lite Hounds. He's going to let y'all know what's happening right now.
Hey guys, what's going on? We're going to do another segment. We got a guy here that's got some fast dogs, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. God, take it away, brother. Tell us about you, where you're from, and kind of what you do.
Okay, so my name's Scott White Buffalo. I'm a Rosebud Indian.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep, Rosebud Indian, and so I live in Draper, South Dakota, which is kind of central South Dakota, and I run me some greyhounds, staghounds, and catch coyotes and coons and whatever else I can find with them kind of dogs.
Right on. And you've got another couple kind of dogs too, don't you? Got a Donovan or two?
Yep, I got a couple Donovans and a couple Donovan crosses and stuff that I also do some decoy dogging with them, and I just call them fur hounds. They just kill whatever I put in front of them. But
I like to hear. So we've been talking about these Donovans a little bit here and there. Tell us about your experience with them and kind of what they do for you and how old they are and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah. So I got two full Donovans. One just turned 3 and one's just turned 2. My old male's name is Doom. He's kind of my gangster, my ride or die. And then I got Harley. She's a bitch, and yeah, she's cool. I wish she was a staghound, because as bad as she wants to hunt, and she will jump out of my box going 50. I hate it. She's just small enough she can squeeze out through my fingers and she'll fall right out.
Okay.
But I love them. They're not a dog that you can put a light handle on. I know that much.
Okay.
They are very protective. I think that's kind of their whole background is protection, and boy, they are protective of everything. And it's weird because they're not dog aggressive, but they don't take any shit. And as long as the other dog doesn't come up to him, he could care less. He'll walk around, mind his own business. But as soon as one comes up to him, he lets them know you're too damn close.
Gotcha.
But
go ahead.
Oh, I got them from, it started decoying and thermal hunting, shooting coyotes and wounding them. And I have my other dog, Chief, who's a cross, and best nose I've ever seen on a coyote dog. And he will track him a mile. Well, he wasn't hard enough to kill him. He would bay him up and fight him and bay him up, and might take me a while to walk a mile. And so I got Doom and Harley to dispatch him before I got there. And man, it worked so much better than I thought. Like, Doom just, all he knew was to follow Chief, and man, if Chief got on blood, he would just follow him. And it was cool because you'd hear Chief barking at 600-700 yards, and I just watched my GPS collar, like, oh, Doom's headed that way. And you could hear the barking, and then pretty soon it's like silent. I'm like, Doom's there.
That's awesome. So what was Chief? What's his breed?
So he come from Seth Simpson, and he's a Jonesy mix. He's Airedale, Shag, and who knows what else is in there, I guess.
Yeah. How big is he?
Man, that he's pretty small. He's about 45 pounds and just solid muscle. He's thick built. And
What is Doom weigh?
he's 65 pounds.
Okay, that sounds about right.
And then Harley is 45. She's small.
Okay.
She was the runt, and she was kind of sick there for a while, but yeah, so she's pretty small for a Donovan. I don't know another Donovan that small.
Really?
Which
she's no slouch either, but in the hunting game.
Yeah, she's perfect. I wanted her for the size. I tried to pick the smallest one and got lucky because she ended up being smaller than we would have thought, and I love it.
Nice.
Big dogs are a pain when it comes to everyday decoying and stuff. Of just everything's got to be bigger, more room for bigger dogs. They shit more, they eat more.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So you on the decoy dog and stuff, will you run both of them and then like have a stag waiting to drop the catch, or do you decoy them in and shoot them?
So I do both. I try to do both when it's not too hot, and that's the only thing with the stag hounds is trying to keep them cool enough to run them on a coyote without killing them seems to be the hardest part.
Yeah.
So I try to do both. I've only had it work with the stag hounds one time really well, where I got the coyotes to come in and caught one with the stag. So I mostly just shoot them.
Yeah.
But it works pretty good. This year I had a stand where it came in, and I dumped the dog and I shot, and I barely hit him, and luckily the stag had seen him and actually ended up catching him.
Yeah, that sounds like perfect to me.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So you're basically killing coyotes year round. Is that right?
Yep, yeah, and that's a whole new deal for me. The last 2 years I've done it, and I love it. It's fun, a lot of hard work. You can go play at night a lot because it's so dang hot during the day, so about the only option it gives you is nighttime.
Let me. How hot are we talking about in South Dakota?
So, like, it got to 100 today.
Oh, no joke.
Yeah, it was 100 today. We were haying, and it was 100.
I'll keep my mouth shut then.
Yeah, that surprised me a little bit there.
Yeah, I mean, this week for the next 10 days, the forecast is 90s.
That's what it is right now here at the house at night.
Yeah.
But so at night, I don't try to run my dogs if it's much over 70. It just seems like the dogs get lazy, and then I get frustrated when my dogs are acting lazy.
Right. So and they're not used to that, I'm sure. Like a majority, I feel like, I mean, I'm maybe speaking out of turn, but like, I feel like majority of the year it's probably cooler, right? I mean, and it probably dips down at night, or no? Does it stay in the 80s at night, or does it get down in the 60s?
Nope, it gets down in the 60s, and that's why I'm able to hunt a lot at night, just because the temperature dips. But yeah, so during the summer times, like decoying, I only get to hunt till about 11.
Yeah.
And so it makes it tough to get a couple good stands in, and then especially this summer, it's been kind of above average for heat wise.
Wow, so we've had lucky here. Like we had a great spring, tons of rain this year. And then it's only got 100 just a handful of times. Usually we're at 20, 30 days in a row by now, I feel like the last few years. And it's been, I mean, that's 95, 97 during the day, but like those those 100-degree days, and then it doesn't get below 85 at night, boy, it can,
It's
it's
rough.
hard on everything. Yeah,
We had
no
that
doubt.
this year, Ricky. It was kind of a surprise angle because we get a lot of times we'll have a week where it's 100 plus. You know what I mean? Like you guys
Yeah,
have 20 days, 2 or 3 weeks or a month. Well,
yeah.
man, it reversed this year because we're framing that new house, and all the way up until this past week, it's been anywhere like with the heat index and stuff, 110 to 116, 118. But the
God almighty.
humidity is what is really, really bad. There was days when we done that Iron Dog tournament at 10 o'clock that night, it was 96% humidity and 95
Oh,
degrees. You
damn.
just bite the air. The poor old dog's just standing
Yeah.
there looking at us like, what?
Are you for
It,
real?
yeah, it was. And so we, having all the fast knowledge that I have, I kept on. I was like, what's wrong with these damn dogs? And I was like, same thing wrong with us. It's too much. So knowing
Yeah.
knowing when to say when is a damn good thing. That's
It's
Exactly.
hard
pretty
to
cool.
do.
That's what I struggle with is I'm out in the field, I'll drive an hour hunting, and then it gets to 75 degrees, and I'm like, oh, I'll do one more stand and see the dogs getting tired, and it's like, well, it's 80, I'll do one more, and then the dogs are just tired, and then you call in a coyote and the dogs run, and then they just about die every time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I just gotta go till it gets hot and quit.
Yeah. Well, you never know that last, that, they won't come in the first 2 or 3 stands. It's got to be that last one.
Yeah, it could be that last one exactly. You know.
So at night, are you, like this time of year, if you're hunting at night, are you thermaling and dropping dogs, or are you calling them in?
So I'll call them in, or I just caught one last night with one of my stag hounds because it ended up running right to the road, and I was able to just keep it in the lights and dump it.
Perfect.
But yeah, and a lot of times right now means I'm not calling many coyotes. Work been getting off late. I'll just go out for an hour and I'll just drive around and try to dump on a coon or catch a coyote right off the road, something like that. Just try and give the dogs something to do because especially the long dogs, because they're just kind of penned up waiting for fall.
Right. Y'all got badgers too, don't you?
Oh yeah, we got lots of badgers. I killed 2 of them this week.
With the stags or the Donovan?
Stag and Donovan on both of them.
There you go. That's the both worlds.
Yeah, exactly. Something about
Um,
badgers, my dogs just love them.
it seems wild, yo. I mean, it's like growing up, we don't have badgers here. I mean, there's some in West Texas, but I've never seen one. And then, you always hear about how ranked they are and blah, blah. And it's like in the last 2 years, just like following you and a couple other guys, like, where them dogs shred them fucking bitches. Like, it ain't, like, they're tough, but they ain't as tough as some of these dogs.
Yeah, it's weird. I call them like the pit bull in the wild because they do the same thing dogs do. Like they lock onto the dog, they just don't let go.
Really?
So like it kind of depends on where they grab them. Like if the badgers grab them in a weird spot and the dog can basically get a hold of them good and kill them, and sometimes the badgers grab them in a bad spot that the dogs just can't quite. Takes them a while to get them off, and that's kind of why you will see a lot of dog damage because they just don't let go, and when the dogs jerk or rip, it just pulls and cuts them open.
You got like little short, wide mouths, right?
Yep, they remind me of a pit bull. Like they just are
Yeah.
tough and they just don't let go.
And they don't got no freaking neck, seems like. It's like
Yeah,
just a freaking head on a shoulder.
How much do they
and that's
normally weigh? Or a good size one, I guess, or average size either one. That's just something I was curious of.
yeah, I think an average one is maybe 25 pounds.
Okay.
We'll be back after a quick break.
A quick thanks to supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast: Southern Cross Cut Gear, UC Hunting Properties, Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company, Animal Housing Solutions, Boars N Broads, Ada Wide Transport, Crockett Taxidermy and Processing.
Big one, maybe 35 pounds. Not sure.
Tell us about your little clapter.
The clapter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
watching videos of this thing getting. I feel like that thing gets thrashed, going across them pastures.
man, I can't believe it runs. I'm blown away every day when it starts. And
Tell us about that thing.
yeah, it's a 2012 Raptor, and it's got 278,000 miles on it.
Yeah, sheesh.
And they're hard miles.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a drop box on it, right?
Yep, I built a custom flatbed for it with a 4-hole dog box on it, and it 2-hole dog box, and I had to I kept breaking leaf. I went through 5 leaf springs on it, and I finally got a heavy duty set.
Wow.
Jumping in tear.
Just wash out, tear it, and then you're packing so much weight with them dogs. I mean, all them stags are, 70 to 90 pounds, probably average, and so you pack 8 of them in there. There's 700 pounds almost, and you're hitting bum. I don't hold back. If I see a coyote, it's to the floor, and it.
Those videos are freaking awesome, man. I love watching those. And so just recently I've linked up with this guy, and just one of those deals, the social media stuff. A guy had messaged me, or maybe I'd messaged him, and it turns out he's an hour from me, over here east of me. And well, he's got some stag crosses, and he runs on pigs. And so the last couple months, he's got a little, I don't even know what side. He's had 2 different side-by-sides, but he's got them rigged up with lights, and he's got a little three-hole drop box, And dude, I've had a blast doing that. I mean, I don't think I could ever get away from having a hound, that's going to cast out and find pigs and then lead in a dog. But like, it's a freaking blast flying across that pasture and slamming on the brakes and dropping that box, and they come out of there 100 miles an hour, man. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I love how excited the dog. Like, I don't have to see a coyote, and I can just put my Raptor to the floor, and the dogs know it. They just start yipping like we're chasing something. And and that's like really when they start looking. Like when I put it to the floor, they just start looking the best they can, because they're like, there's something out there. I just gotta see it.
What? And I guess I learned recently from that Dean Ross fellow talking about their vision and how. Am I wrong? It's like a lot. It's pretty awesome, right? On them stag dogs, like their vision's better than most.
I think so. I think that's why they call them sight hounds. They just got better eyes, and it makes no sense to me, some of the shit they can see sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny. We're just using thermals and seeing them, and then we'll kind of like, a lot of times these pigs around here have been ran from, thermal hunters, doggers, everything. So like you get within a few hundred yards, and like we don't have any lights on. It's got like some little what do you call that? Whatever, just some little red lights on the front where we can just kind of get around. But like they hear that freaking thing and they're head up a lot of times. And by the time you're trying to strategically figure out, because we're not in like huge croplands, like kind of like you got. We're got like maybe a 80-acre pasture, and we're trying to get to them before they get to the woods, and that's so it's, will we trying to strategically cut them off or do something? But boy, when they'll get, like the last one we went on, we were looking all night, and I had a buddy at work. He called, I seen him at shift change. He's a farmer over here west of me. He's like, man, we got the corn cut. I got like one more pasture I'm gonna cut today. And I was like, man, do you care if we come? You know, when the corn's on the ground, these pigs come out of the woodwork. It's just like a yellow brick road out there. I mean, there's corn freaking everywhere. And so we were ready to go when we get out there. And of course, the damn pigs aren't anywhere to be found. And we we finally got to that last group, and it was funny. We had driven around for 2 hours. It's like a 1,300 acre spot, which is a good piece, but you know, if you're driving around, it don't take long to cover it. But there was like probably 5 different cornfields on it that were 100, maybe, you know, 80 to 200 acres, somewhere around there. And well, we had driven around the whole damn place. I was like, man, let's go back to the truck. We had seen one group that got in the woods, and I said, let's get that bay dog out. I got this plot cross dog. I was like, let's get her out. Let's go walk her over there. Let's try to make something. We're here. Like, let's try to make something happen. And we went over there where we seen the pigs. Of course, she don't do shit. And I'm like, they were here 30 minutes ago. Like, what do we, you know, they can't be that damn far away, you know. Anyways, she does nothing. I literally, I got off the freaking wagon and I walked through the creek bottom. And I'm putting her amongst them. Like it's a thin little creek bottom with pasture on both sides. Like these some bitches got to be in here somewhere. Like they didn't actually just run from us. They just kind of eat down in the woods. They knew we wouldn't be able to see them. You know, it wasn't like they just took off running. But anyhow, don't do nothing. And I'm like, well, let's drive around the place. We'll have her. Well, we're going towards the back side of the property. And she freaking locked off. I'm talking, dog, dog, dog. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing? I've never heard her rig before. Like, she's an open dog on track. But she's rigging. I mean, she is fired up. I drop her. I've got this big lead-in catch dog with me, too, that we were going to just try to maybe lead in one if she bait one, you know? And he rolls out. The freaking catch dog jumps off the side of the truck, hanging himself by his vest. He's 9,500-pound dog, you know, and throw him back in the truck or the little ride or whatever, the little side by side. Well, she runs a couple hundred yards and then comes back, and I'm like, what the shit was that all about? Well, we go back. I get her back in the deal, and I load her back up, and we go to that little creek where she sounded off. He lights off, same exact plot. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what? We go through the creek, and there's a patch of woods with a big, probably 200-acre cornfield on the other side. And I was like, you know, I'm just gonna dump her. Like, if maybe she went backwards on the track. I didn't know what she'd done. Well, I let her go, and she goes the other direction this time. Well, she's beelining through this wood patch, and I'm looking at her, and I'm looking at the Onyx, and then I'm looking at the GPS. I was like, boy, she's making a straight line towards that cornfield. Let's wrap around. Well, we wrap around the little patch of woods. Sure enough, there's 20 pigs out in the middle. And I mean, she rigged them from probably 500 or 600 yards away. And I was like, what, you know, it was cool as shit. I've heard her talk before. Like she is very vocal, but she was rattling that damn right, that side by side, and we seen him, and he was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "Let's just go." We had 3 stags on the side, and I mean, she's going there, but like by the time she gets there, there's only maybe 200 yards to the woods. So I was like, I don't want to she's going to get there and blow them up, and then it's going to be a shit show. So we hauled ass in front of her, and I mean, right when we got on the throttle, they took off, you know, and it's like stubble. There's like probably knee high, you know, corn stalk. And my buddy, whenever he wants them to start looking, he'll bang on the top of that roof. And boy, when he bangs on that roof, there's and then he turns the lights on and lights up the world. I don't know how many lumens the damn light is gonna thing, but it'll light up everything. And he lit it up, and we've got 15 pretty good sized pigs within 40 yards of the front of that buggy. And we run out, we drop them, and all 3 of them take their own pig. And we're like, hell yeah. Like we could possibly catch 3 pigs out of this group. Well, my female, she stayed locked on this sow. She's on this, she's on the tail of this son of a bitch, and gets it, stop, catches, and then his other 2 dogs, one's got one caught, and the other one is on the tail of a boar right before he hits the woods, and that boar was not going to stop. Like, he was dragging that dog to the woods. Like, he knew if he could just get to the damn woods, he'd probably be okay.
Yeah.
Well, he got to the woods and shrugged that dog off, and then he came back and caught the pig that the other dog had caught. So it was after driving around all night long, and it was like I got to see her rig, which was cool as shit. And of course, she shows up right after we get them caught, and then we almost had 3 caught in the same group, which is, pretty cool that they'll take their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, split up like that.
Yeah, it was good to see, because the stag little bitch that I've got, she's been kind of off as far as confident. By herself, if she runs into a couple times, I'll just walk her out like in the daylight, and I've got some places where those pigs will get out in the hay pasture, and I'll walk her out in the daylight and drop her, and a lot of times she'll go after him, but if a show comes running across, by God, she's turning and going to the show. Like, she's an opportunist, you know what I mean? When she's by herself, she's like, this is a pig. I don't, I'm gonna catch what's easy. So she's done that a handful of times. So the other night it was nice. Like, she knew she had some company, and then she was not. I mean, she did just as good as any of those dogs that I've seen. I mean, I finally got my hands on that little sow, and that poor thing, her ass was ripped open, and then when she finally got her turn, she was all ears. So it was cool as shit.
Yeah, that is cool. That's cool when they split up. We have that with coyotes all the time, where you jump 2 of them out and try to dump the dogs on them and hope they split, but most of the time they go after the same one.
I mean, you can't blame them. Hell, I mean, what's more fun than going with your buddy, and
Exactly.
twice the odds, I don't, every time I'm like, I don't blame them if they go after the same damn pig. I mean,
so we always have to split them. So what we'll do is we'll just try and veer one off and run it a ways and dump one set, and they'll keep that one as long as they don't see it. Then we just haul ass after the other one and dump that.
And you'll dump 4 at a time?
Split them. Yep. We'll dump 4 on one, and then we'll run and dump 4 or 3 on the other one. And we call that the Dakota double.
With a name like White Buffalo, you can call it whatever you want, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd really like to hear about how you finish them off with a longbow or something, but I guess the gun's all right.
Yeah, we don't even. Yeah, we don't even get. I don't even use guns either.
Just spear point.
Rocks. Sticks and rocks. we met a guy down at the Nixon Bay, and it started off as a very rocky relationship right off the bat with him and the guy that put it on with Slade. And it's just a good story. The guy, he turned out to be super cool. At first I could see his distress, and we talked it out to keep the peace. But anyway, so we made friends. What was it? A couple of weeks later, he called and we were talking. Did he send the video? He sent the video.
He sent me a video.
Yeah, and you could bet it was grainy. Yeah. The hog was 150 pounds, and this boy snuck up on him through the field and busted him in the head with a rock. Stoned him dead. I'm talking about for real. So, Scott, you're going to have to step your game up.
Yeah, no doubt.
This boy, his name was not cool. It was a very, very white people name.
Cole Gilmore.
Cole. Yeah, it was
Cole Gilmore.
Cole Gilmore. Yeah, Cole, he busted him in the head with a rock. So.
Yeah, I was sitting in class and, waiting for class to start, and I get a Snapchat from him. I'm like, oh, what is this? And then it's like, pig gets hit right in the head with a rock and it just dies. And I was like, oh, I should have had my volume down a little more for that. It's like, and I was like, oh, shit.
I just thought we'd share that with you guys.
Yeah, that's one thing awesome. I wish we had here was pigs. I wish we had
it's a blessing pigs. And a curse.
Yeah.
That's what I tell them that, and they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, but I do.
Yeah.
For what you do, you'd love it. Do you deer hunt, or what do y'all got? Y'all got mule deer up there too, or what?
Yep, we mule deer hunt, whitetail hunt, antelope hunt, elk hunt,
Got it all.
Damn.
everything but pigs.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I like I like deer hunting, elk hunting, all that a lot. So it's hard for me. But by God, you can't put any, which y'all probably can't even bait anyways. Which you got pastures full of corn. But over here, I mean, you put corn on the ground and you're trying to find a deer, like you have to put a fence around it. Like those pigs will wipe that shit out in 30 minutes. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
it can be burn your batteries up on your cameras, and it's like, which I love to see them. Don't get me wrong, especially now that I'm getting into it more. But it's, by God, if it's at the least, that's an hour away, and it's, like earlier this year, they somehow busted through the pen, and I mean, and now, and it's probably I don't know, maybe it's a pretty good sized pen. It's probably 40 yards by 60 yards. Like it's a good
That
sized
is a
pen.
good sized pin.
Yeah, and we've kind of come to the conclusion that the bigger the pen, the more deer will get in there, and the more they feel kind of comfortable. And but anyways, now the pen's got a freaking giant hole right in the middle, and it's just slop. Like it's just freaking goo, mud, pig shit.
Mm-hmm. How
It ain't
much
never
do you
gonna be
think
right.
those pigs can eat a night, Ricky? Like
Man,
let's just say let's put something realistically. Let's say a sounder of 20. That's little pigs, shoats, and all different size hogs. If you were to
I've
go in there
I
and dump
put
out on the ground where they could readily get to it, not out of a feeder,
yeah,
but how many
right.
pounds do you think they could eat?
I've seen them. I've seen them wipe out 100 pounds in a night, and that be like a group of 20 or 30, like on a sounder. Like there'll be a little bit left, but like if there's any, if it, and so I've gotten to where I'll spread the corn out quite a bit,
Yes,
so they almost have
they
to
have
they
to
almost
work.
have to graze and pick it up,
That's right.
and the deer do it a lot easier, but
Hmm.
those I think those pigs have a little harder time.
If you put it in a
But if
pile,
you
though, they
pile
can
that
just
shit up,
yes.
oh my God,
I
dude,
did
you're
300,
bad.
300 pounds in one night. I think that's about
I'm
the
not
most
surprised.
that they knocked out. I put 6 bags of corn out, and I was like, well, maybe that. And there was a little bit left, and that I put it all in one big spot, one pile, and they literally come in and mopped it up, and it was a pretty good size sounder. It was between 20
Yeah.
and 25, and
Mm-hmm.
then after that, that's when we started kind of casting it around, like you're talking about. It's like
Yeah.
we can make
Yeah.
100 pounds last a couple nights.
Yes.
Two
Yeah.
or 3 nights, and that's at the most. And then like they're going to come back and check and be like, and if you don't go up there and hit them, they're going to be at the next corn pile because here we have baiting privilege now, and you pay $15 and you get it on your hunting license, and you can bait for deer and hogs. And once they pass that,
$15.
yeah, dude, once they pass that law, I'm telling you right
Oh
now,
man.
these are the best eating hogs around because they're all corn fed, and every redneck in the freaking state of Alabama is dumping corn.
Oh, $15. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody passing that.
Shit, no. I mean, it's like, and I wonder, I think about it all the time. I'm like, well, these guys are baiting for hogs, like, look at that big old tom turkey that's on his corn pile.
Uh-huh. Good for everything.
Yeah, like, look at all these birds out there. Because, like, we'll have quail and dove and turkeys and
Oh yeah.
deer, and they're all trespassing, eating my
Oh
damn
yeah.
pig's corn.
There's some times of the year over here, these white winged dove, they're like, I don't know if y'all have them over there where you're at, Joey, but they're probably 1.5 times the size of like a mourning dove.
Oh, yeah.
But they'll come through, and it's just the migration or whatever. Right now they're probably starting to come through, and then they usually go to town, and they will be thousands of them in town, and they're eating all these bird feeders and stuff. But I'll notice them when they're flying back north, and it'll be whatever time of the year it is. I don't remember exactly, but like you'll have 50 or 60 of them suckers on the ground by the feeder, no bullshit. And they're as bad as a damn pig. Like they all will wipe it out.
That's why crows are here. Crows are horrible.
Yeah.
They will knock out a corn pile in a hurry. But you never hear people really bring that up as far as, stuff that's and look at cornfields. You take a cornfield, you get the deer, the coons, crows, the dove, different things like that. Look how much damage they caused, or cause. But all you're going to hear about is the old, mean old pig.
Well, them damn pigs break it down and make it look worse too.
And it's true. They do.
It's all about thought. They're always tearing their. They don't. I've occasionally you'll see some pigs around here that'll graze wheat and then they won't fuck up the pasture. So they kind of. You almost, unless you're out there seeing them, the farmers don't really notice as much. Mm-hmm. But you might be in 100, 200 acre pasture and it looks fine from the road, but then you'll get in the middle and there'll be those holes. And, as soon as he runs that over with his tractor, then it's like the damn pit, you know what I mean? Like there's been deer and everything else grazing out there too, but by God, it was only pigs. The pigs because they left one hole there out there in the middle,
Could you imagine what the clapper would look like if you did have pigs?
Oh shit! That thing, there's no way I'd be running still.
Dude, there's
no way.
Yeah, I mean, if you've put that many leaf springs on it without pigs, oh my gosh, dude, it'd be something.
There's places over here like farmers have just given up on, like they're just said fuck it. Like it's so like I've got a buddy that's got a lease up here north of me, and he's got probably 600 acres, and there's probably a 200 acre pasture. And back in the day, they used to plant wheat, and then as of recently, well, probably like 3 or 4 years ago, they were just doing hay, like they were just doing coastal. Well, 3 years ago, he put a hot wire around that sumbitch, like a 2-strand stretched, a big hot wire, because it was so bad he can't even get out there and bale the hay. Like, it's and that was 3 years ago, and now you don't do shit with it. Like it's just so bad you can't get a tractor across without beating your brains out.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And it touches the Red River, so it's like the corridor.
Yeah, I was thinking to say
it's
on the fucking Red River, of course.
Yeah, it's literally like 50 yards. There's a little probably 100-yard strip of woods, on the whole west side of that pasture, and it's just a freaking highway, man.
So that's where you're going to take all of us when we come out there and hunt.
Whenever you come, that is definitely one of the spots we're going to go.
Scott, you're going to bring
to swim.
Yeah, Scott's going to bring all his shit down there, and we're going to come out there because our dogs suck like bad. You seen my possum dog though? That's the best possum dog in the world.
Dude, that shit cracked me up.
Dude, that dog is fucking almost 10 years old. He's starting to go blind. I had literally never ever seen him look at anything other than a pig. He walked around that little bit of corn that was there. The pigs were there 30 minutes before that. Like we literally pushed them off of it. It was the worst. It was just like you were talking about. It was like, I know they're here. Hell, I can smell them myself, But anyway, the young dogs are out, and I had Pepper off lead. He does pretty good. If I tell him to go and get ahead, he'll go out. He'll cast. He'll roll out. He's half draught and half pit. But that shit was, he had walked by that possum like 3 times. So we turned the light on. I was like, I don't think he can even see it. And he came back to me and he just kind of looked at me. I was like, well, go ahead and get it. And he walked up there and like you could see him, he just kind of turned and looked, was like, oh shit. And he didn't hesitate. He just scooped it up and left.
Scuba snack.
Yeah, but I can't get mad at it. Like we'd been hunting for probably 4 hours. We caught one boar hog right before dark. The humidity changed. The humidity was like 60 something %. And then it went, that's the night I was talking about. It was in the 90s and it went up to 90 something % humidity. I had it on my phone. I was sending it to a couple of people. And like, dude, the dogs just locked down. Like it's like they couldn't smell nothing.
It's heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so wild. I was like, that's one of the few times where I've seen it affect them very, very, very bad. I know we talked before about with the, with the blood tracking and stuff and how the humidity and stuff can change all that. How does that work on your side of things, Scott? Do you have to deal with humidity?
We have a little bit of humidity, but it ain't too bad.
Like 40, 50%?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And it does get more humid sometimes, but not all the time. So we don't really worry about humidity too much. There is them days where it's like, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
But not mostly it ain't too bad. So we're lucky there.
Cool. Okay. That's
That
all I
is
want
good.
to know.
So
But
up there, how much property do you got to run? Like, I mean, it looks like it's just open country.
oh man, yeah, so I'm a licensed guide on the Rosebud Reservation, so I have all that land that I can hunt, and that's like 1,000,000 acres about.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
oh,
Yeah, that, and it's not all like stag huntable, because there's a
Right.
lot of rivers and creeks and trees and hills, and so it ain't all stag huntable, but there's a lot of it that you can hunt with stags. And then around home here where I'm at Draper, I'm about 25 miles from the reservation where I live, but I have a couple 100,000 acres tied up here that I hunt all my stags on up around home.
Sounds dreamy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and around here, like you said, it's so open. You kind of got to have that many.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm sure. Yeah, you could cover some ground in a hurry.
I'll drive through a couple thousand acres in 5 minutes.
Y'all got like lots of county roads that you can drop down, or is it dirt roads or what?
Yeah, there's a lot of county roads and dirt roads, and like I said, I'm lucky enough that I've become friends with all the farmers and ranchers around here. So, and none of them like coyotes, so they just give me permission
Oh, yeah.
to kind of do whatever. So I can just cut across, and as long as I'm not going through fences and stuff, they don't really care.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That sounds pretty dreamy. I was talking to, I can't remember who it was, and once again, social media stuff. I just talk to people all the time, and I'm pretty sure it was Utah, and like they can hunt year round. Like they can run dogs year round, and basically unlimited land too. There's a ton of public, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that sounds so like my deal with my main forte is doing the deer tracking. Well, it's only 3 4 months, and it's it's hot when it's the 3 or 4 months, but then after that, it's just, I mean, I got one track this year, a past deer. Well, I'll tell you that. I had two track this year after season on exotic. And I mean, other than that, like those dogs just, they don't get to do shit really. I mean, I could probably do the other stuff with them. I just don't want to. I don't want them trashing on pigs whenever we're tracking, so I don't do that in the off season. And I mean, really, it sucks for
Yeah,
that part of the hunt.
and that's the problem with the stag. Like a lot of stag guys, they don't touch their stags till wintertime, till after Christmas, right after deer season, and then they put them away at the end of February, so they only run 3 4 months. And shit, I hunt mine as long as I can, and I take them at night and just try to put them on fur, and just because they're big ass dogs, you're sitting there feeding for months after
Oh
months, and they're
man,
not doing nothing, and I'm like, I gotta give them something to do.
no doubt. Do you go any of the special kind of precautionary stuff, keeping them cooled off or hydrated? Do you like water bait them or anything like that, or do you just kind of keep a close watch on them?
No, yeah, I just watch them and make sure they have water and stuff.
Yeah, my my main dog does not drink water. I mean, a dog pisses and it looks like it's freaking gel coming out of there. Like the dude just does not drink water. So like in October, I have to go I gotta put minced up ground deer meat and freaking beef broth and all kinds of shit just to make him drink before we go tracking. It's like such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that would be a pain. Luckily, these dogs all drink water, and they'll lay in their water dishes and stomp all over and get water on themselves. They're pretty smart.
Yeah, I think Huck just go if he's about to die, then maybe he'll stop and get a drink. Other than that, just couldn't care less.
Man said if he's about to die. Shit.
Just don't care either.
There's a product we started using at Vertex.
Yeah, tell us about it. I want to hear about it.
Dude, that for rehydration, recovery, that's it really, really works.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. We haven't said much about it because
we want to test it a little bit.
Yeah, and I really appreciated that. We got it from Mr. Matt Latham with 777 Kennels. He said, "Hey guys," he said, I want y'all to really, really use this for a while before you give us your outlook on it. And we ran our dogs all summer, 100+ degrees at 2:00 in the afternoon. We throwed old Rick on the ground. Not that that's the optimal thing to do, but that's what we done in certain situations. And yeah, they still get hot. You got to go through the whole spiel of all that. But every one of those dogs, they wanted to drink that water. You add it to the water just like one of the little packets you get and put in a regular bottle of water. All right, you put so much per pound for dogs in there, and it's a huge difference on recovery.
And it's a powder?
Yes. It's
Is it flavored or no?
Yeah, it's I hadn't tasted that. It's got I tasted a little bit of it, but I didn't mix the drink up.
No. You're gonna make you a little rail and get a little sniff.
Well, I'll get back to you on that. They've got several different.
The weight booster did good too.
Yes, they have one called
we got a couple
the power boost.
Yeah,
the power boost that is that the one with the electrolytes? Yeah,
I think so.
The Vertex is like a supplement. I'm sorry, I told y'all wrong.
Okay.
You have the Vertex, the weight boost, then you have a structure which is for like lactating dogs, mama dogs and shit like that. That's a K9 growth supplement.
Puppies as well.
Yeah, for puppies. And all our young dogs, man, a couple times a week, I put it on their feed. It's just a powder, and their coats are slicked up. They're shiny. I've actually gone down on feed. Don't have to feed as much to keep them where they need to be. And during the summer, most of our dogs don't drink a lot either. And so I was having to water bait up their feed all the time. And now I only do it once a week.
Yeah.
But the power boost is that's the rehydration.
That's post hunt?
Yes.
You can do it before.
Yeah, you can do it before. Either one.
I found with some of our cur dogs that are more water weight dogs, it really helped them keeping dropping weight. You hunt them all day, and by the end of the day, you can see a visible difference. You can see their hit points more, see the fourth rib, fifth rib, and they start getting a little leaner. And that seemed like it wasn't as much of an effect in the heat.
Yeah, it really
didn't drop weight as much.
Dude, I just pulled up a picture that I took of the bag, and on the power boost, it's got 16% protein, 11% fat. It's got a little bit of fiber in it, 5% moisture. The ingredients has maltodextrin, whey protein concentrate, canola oil. It's got triglycerides in it, calcium lactate, carbonate, sorbate, glutamine, potassium chloride, rosemary extract, carnitine. It's good stuff, Y'all get with them if y'all want to try some of that stuff out. Y'all holler at Matt Latham, 777 Kennels, and he'll fix y'all up, man.
Yeah, I plan on doing that. I got some of that stuff. Well, I guess I had listened to a podcast probably a couple of years ago, and they were just talking about the maltodextrin and the glucosamine and those things. And there for that first couple of years, I was just buying that stuff in bulk powder from Amazon. and doing that stuff. And I don't do it all year, but just like during October when it's hot and dry, I'll try to, at least try to get them to drink some of it. Uh, and then I got some of that stuff from Dogs Are Treed, which is another brand. I'm sure it's kind of similar stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like a gel that you put in the water.
I got you.
And I use that this year. And I mean, I guess I don't, like, it's only 3 or 4 months out of the year, right? So I don't get to just really see like a huge difference. I mean, the dog obviously didn't kill over and die, so that's good. But
that's a plus.
you know what I mean? It's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to really see just a vast difference. I mean,
we've seen a vast difference in 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, well, you could see a difference after the second time that we hunted. It was like, okay, they're definitely doing better, because like we'll take off and go on a trip. Say we leave on Thursday, and we're gone, and we hunt all the way till Sunday morning or Sunday at noon, and then we'll leave and come home. So during that time, there's very little feed that's given. Number one, and so when you got a supplement there that you can still get all your stuff from, that's a big help. But like I said, the recovery part, like they didn't seem like they were tired on the third day. It wasn't like, damn, y'all get out there and hunt, shit. We opened the box and they took off. So like we've definitely seen a difference very fast. And I'm not going to promote anything that ain't worth the shit, period. And I'm not saying it'll do this for your dogs as fast as it did for ours, but I think you'd see a difference pretty quick.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to run in the because it seems like them stag hounds of mine, I can only dump them on a couple good races a day. I mean, if I dump them on one dog on 5 coyotes in a day, he's struggling to catch that 5th coyote pretty bad.
Really?
I bet. That's, I mean, you're not, I mean, I don't, what's your average length of a race for you? Like, I mean, are you catching them in 200 yards? You catching them in a mile? Like, what's average?
Yeah, so
whenever you drop on them.
Yeah, it all depends on. Let's say we call it a bumper dump. So let's say you basically haul ass right up to it and dump them within 50 to 100 yards. Call it a bumper dump. And the fast dogs in I'd say an average coyote will catch you to 300 yards.
Okay,
that's pretty badass.
Yeah, that's pretty fast, pretty short.
Yeah,
I've seen some fast coyotes, man. It's hard to fathom a dog running them down sometimes. Like growing up, you shoot at one, and boy, the gear that son of a bitch will put on after you miss him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, holy shit! Like for being it's not like necessarily a leggy dog, and coyotes, it doesn't look like a. It doesn't look like a stag. You wouldn't think that like, gosh, damn, they can freaking cover some ground, man.
Oh, man, yeah. We've got some fast coyotes, too. I had some boys come up from Kansas, and he can't believe. He's like, your coyotes are fast. And I'm like, and I mean, my dogs have gotten smoked by a coyote before. I'm just like, man, that coyote can move. But I don't know if that's
They hear that clapper coming. They fucking know.
Yeah, they know.
Oh, yeah, they know.
Yeah.
They know, and we've had some pretty long races. Ours ain't so much because just the ground I got it's pretty easy for me to get within a couple 100 yards of almost every coyote.
Yeah.
But we've had some like 400 or 500 yard dumps, and they catch them at like a 3/4 mile. I mean, it takes them a long time to catch up to them, but yeah, you do.
Sprint. That's a sprint.
Yeah, you get about 2 of those a day.
Yeah.
And your dogs are white. I mean,
wow.
I'd be curious what some of that water baiting and using some of that maltodextrin and stuff would do for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that. Your guys' water just tastes bad or something, or why don't the dogs like it?
They just don't. I don't know,
they
man.
Just don't drink a lot. Like ours is the same way, and I know a lot of guys like that, especially here in the South. At first, I thought it was just my dogs, but like guys like Ricky, you talk with them and they're like, man, one of my best dogs, they just don't drink much. And then you talk to like Case or Rusty or or Carter and Ryan and them. And once you get in the mix and you start talking, you're like, oh shit, man, this is everybody deals with it. Like they just don't want to drink.
I don't think. I mean, there's probably 20 dogs on our place, and they all love water.
Shit, I don't know.
I need that.
Yeah,
we gotta shut them off because they'll drink too much. We gotta pull the water from them because they'll drink too much and get round.
Now I got
a
one
Labrador
dog
like that.
I got one dog, Chaos, my competition dog. That son of a bitch will drink a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, they'll just drink till they puke, and then they'll just keep drinking until they puke.
But like it bothers me that he drinks that much because I'm not used to dogs. I think I'm like, he's going to die. He's drinking too much water. Something's going to happen. But he usually stays in good shape. But you can tell a difference with him very fast over the course of 2 or 3 days. Like if he's not just steadily drinking water, like it'll look like he lost 5 pounds. And then he can drink a 5-gallon bucket of water and he's fine. It looks good. Like he's water weight.
That's wild.
It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I don't know.
Yeah, that's you guys were talking about the water thing, and I'm like, man, I've never even heard of that.
That's a good problem. That's a good thing you hadn't heard about it. Well, it sounds like it won't be as much of an issue for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to water them after every dump, give them a little, dump, especially if it's just a decent run and it's kind of warm out. We'll stop and try and give every dog that ran a drink of water and run them again and give them another drink of water. And it seems like if you don't give them a drink after a race or two, then it seems like they really decline in their speed.
Mm-hmm. What do you do about feeding? You're not feeding before you go out, right?
No, try not to feed before we go out, and then we call it cleaning them out. So we just try to clean them out. So we'll load them up or let them out of their pens and let them run around and try and make sure they all shit and piss, and load them up and try and get out to the field and let them out one more time and try and let them shit and piss, and because they'll piss gallons and shit buckets.
It's funny you say that. I was telling you about those pigs we caught the other night. Well, the one dog that didn't catch his own, he came and latched on with the other dog. Well, we went up there and killed that pig, and he sat over the top of that pig, and I swear he pissed a gallon on top of that pig. He had been in the box for 2 hours, and it was funny as shit because we had both consciously baited the dog. The water baited him that night before, like a couple hours before. Like he was like, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, for sure. We need to do it. It's 80 degrees tonight, and it was funny as shit because you could tell he hadn't been cleaned out. He caught the pig, and then it was like he was dumping.
You can tell on the dogs running too. Like they just
it hurts. I bet. Shit.
Run slower when they're not cleaned out, and then they don't want to fight as long or as hard, and then. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, there's nothing like it. I don't know what I'm gonna do when that clapper dies, because that's the best ride you can have.
Dude,
it's pretty smooth.
Oh man, all my buddies are buying Raptors now. They came and rode with, and they're like, I can't believe how smooth it is.
I mean, that's what they're made for.
Exactly, and it's been I have no motor tranny issues or none. I've broken some axles and leaf springs, and that's about it.
I think Ford needs to sponsor you.
Yes.
Yeah, they should give me new Raptors.
Yeah, they should send all of us one because we know you. Because we know you.
Yeah.
and we want to try.
We know the great Scott Watt.
Yeah, that thing. Oh, I love that pickup. And the craziest thing is it still drives down the road. I can just go 80 down the interstate, no problem.
Wow.
I don't think I can let go of my Tacoma, but you got me thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, if if you were just running nice farm fields and pastures like I do, you'd be like, that's pretty damn nice. Well, when I'm hunting, I only run like 15 pounds of airs in my tire.
There you go.
So it's way bouncy, but it handles the bumps a lot better.
I was curious of that. That's pretty wild. I'm impressed at how, like you said, the durability and how long it's held up. My ex-brother-in-law, he runs a couple of ranches down in Taft, Texas, down around close to Corpus Christi, and they use Raptors for their farm trucks. And when we first went down there, I was like, what? Like, why we're using a Raptor, you know?
Y'all rich, boy.
Yeah, like, hell yeah. And dude, like you said, if you got a shit and get, they cover ground fast, very fast. But of course, it wasn't probably nowhere near what you guys are doing, cutting across them fields and stuff. But he said that the only problem they had, I think, was the front CV axle or something to do with the axle. So apparently they're pretty damn durable.
Yeah.
When I was down there in Kingsville working on the King Ranch, I had a 3/4 ton F-350 gas truck with the whatever, it didn't even have the big one. It had like a 5.4 in the damn thing. It was the biggest, roughest turd I've ever been in my life, man. I got to the point, because I was probably I'm feeding and looking for deer for the next client or whatever, and I might put 100, 150 miles on that truck and never see asphalt, like just caliche roads and dirt paths and shit, looking for these deer. I swear my insides are still not right from running that piece of shit.
That's rough when it's that bad.
Yeah. That's double rough.
That damn Tacoma of Rodney's, it's like that. It rides really rough because there's no shocks on it. I don't think that there's.
Yeah, you might need those.
Yeah, I don't think that there's any there at all. But to be honest with you, you've seen it, the little black truck. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah. I marked it.
We're talking about getting some shocks. I've been trying to push it on him for a few years now, and I told him, I was like, I'll get some shocks. You know, we got new tires on it, and I was like, well, let's put new shocks on it. Man, that's $500. I was like, okay. And like, let's get some shocks. Like, it will ride. So, because like, if we got to get to a bay, used to, it was like, he was coming off the mountain. He drove like Scott does, but in the mountains, and you can't do that. And then after he went on his rampage, hitting all these deer, I don't know how many he ran over, but you've seen the front end of it. That's how many he's hit.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
The bed, I put the bed back together. The bed is actually held on with a ratchet strap. That's a fact. It's not that it's loose and falling off. It's split down the middle and opening up like a taco.
It's a taco.
It's the taco. It's the taco mama. But you know, we have went all over the world in it. People thought we were crazy as hell because we pulled up down at the Florida state line, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Texas. We drove it 16 hours down to Casey's place. 13 hours to Rusty's. And everybody's like, holy shit. And I was like, dude, it's a Toyota.
It's a Toyota.
It's a Toyota.
Crank every time.
Yes, sir. I've got that little, I think it's 86 model, my little peanut wagon out there. Dude, that thing, it sounds like a damn derby car. But when you hit that key, she's going to go.
Don't crank.
I can hit 70 miles an hour going downhill. Hey, don't laugh, guys. It's a fact.
I'm just dreading the day that I go to hop in my pickup and it doesn't start. I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah, that would be pretty sad. How long have you had it?
2 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be pretty sad.
Yeah. Because I'm gonna have to buy another Raptor.
Yeah,
I can't go with the Tacoma after that. Shit.
I can't go back after you have one.
Yeah, there's a saying about a few things like that.
Yeah.
We'll leave that there, Rick.
I'm not. And anyway, so how many coyotes do you catch a year?
Yeah. Numbers. We need numbers. Oh my God.
Seriously, how many coyotes you catch a year?
Yeah.
So this was our best year, and it was actually our first year of running, like for a full year, and we caught over 100 with dogs.
That's freaking awesome, man. I bet the farmers love you.
Oh yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's
Well,
a lot of coyotes.
that
Yeah.
is a lot. Is it more in the winter? I mean, obviously you're running more often, right? You're running in the day and
Yep. During the winter, it's more, definitely more. We'll catch 3 to 10 in the daytime.
oh shit.
Damn.
I gotta come up and see that, man. I wanna see it in person. I wanna ride in a collector.
Yeah, for sure, man. You better come quick before it's wrecked.
Before there is no more.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you got any cool stories? You ever like jumped over a road and landed on a coyote or anything cool?
Oh man, probably the wildest one this year was I was hunting with one of my buddies, Sam Stoddard, and he's just an old coyote hunter. And I went on the north end of this piece, and he went on and it was 2 mile stretch between us. He went on the south and I went north. And of course, some reason I'm just extremely lucky. The coyotes just get up in front of me. So a pair gets up, and I'm like, "Hey, I got a pair," because we talk on radios. And I said, "Hey, I jumped up a pair. I'm gonna try and get them to run south towards you." And so I'm just kind of tootling with them, not pushing them hard, just kind of staying with them, just trying to push them closer so we can catch the double. And then I'm like, "Shit, there's a fence right there." I'm like, "All right, it's time to haul ass, or they're gonna get away." So I just put her to the floor. I'm hauling ass, and I have Doom and Harley in the back seat with me because I have a full boxes on both sides, so they just ride in the cab a lot sometimes. And they had already jumped out of the window behind me and caught their own coyote. Actually, it was a super slow coyote, and so they caught one and killed it themselves. And I get them loaded up, and I'm on this one, and I'm hauling ass, and Harley tries to jump out the window right over top of me, and I'm going way too fast. So just instinctively, I just push her forward. So I have her on top of my dash into the front windshield with one hand while I'm driving. And she is just trying to get out. And then Doom's head is stuck between the seat and the window on the other side. And my dogs are the outside dogs in the kennel or in the box are just screaming their head off wanting this coyote. And so finally I'm like, I got to hit the brakes because Harley's going to go out the window. And then I hit the biggest bump I've ever hit in my life. And I'm thinking I'm going to go like endo, nose over. And so I'm just like, oh, crap. So, and I stop, and I kind of stop. And at the same time, I just yank my cable. So I'm like, I'm going to catch this coyote. So then Harley jumps out, and I go to yank my cable, and my dogs are already running. I'm like, oh, this is bad. Like, when did they fall out? Did I run one over? Like, how fast was I going when they fell out? And so they go and catch the coyote, and I'm like, what in the heck happened? And I go to the back, and I have a rack or a basket on the very back of my pickup that like holds coyotes and shit. Well, when I hit that bump, a dead coyote had flew over top of the box, landed on my cables between the cab and the dump box. So a coyote dumped the dogs on another coyote. It's kind of funny.
Premature.
It was just hanging on my cables. I'm like, that is freaking crazy. And I'm just like, I cannot believe I didn't wreck this thing. Of course,
think that's
everything.
just part of it.
Yeah, anytime something happens like that, you just pause for a second, and then you drive, and it's like, runs perfect.
He's still going.
Yep, just another day for the clapter.
I'm surprised you didn't slingshot that whole basket over the top.
Oh man, yeah, it was. I was like, oh, this is bad. Like, what happened? And I go back there, and there's a coyote hanging on my cables. I'm like, oh shit, that makes sense.
Dump the box for you.
Yeah, that was. But that was the hardest bump I've hit, and that thing was just hard enough to launch him over the front. And
Did you get in the air?
oh, I was airborne for sure. I get that thing. It ain't a coyote hunting day if the raptor doesn't get there at some point in the day.
Have y'all heard of this rednecks and paychecks deal? Have you ever heard
Oh
of this?
yeah.
It's like a 4-wheel drive mudding deal.
Oh yeah.
So that's 30 minutes from me, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know if y'all have ever seen the video of that raptor. Have y'all seen it jumping? That it was like one of the first or second rednecks with paycheck.
I don't think so.
No.
If you ever, when you get off the phone or whatever, you look up YouTube and look up raptor at rednecks with paychecks. This fucking guy. It's the day. So like when they do it, it's like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and like a lot of times if you rented out like a camper spot, because it's like there's thousands of campers out there, can't you name it, but like
Oh, it looks fun as shit.
dude, it's wild. It is white trash as you can ever imagine. But some of the best people watching you could ever go to. But on the on the Wednesday or whatever, they'll let the guys come and park their campers, right? So you can go Wednesday early, get your camper situated. That way you're good to go on Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, these boys had gotten there Wednesday, got their camper, and they were like, well, we'll just start drinking. Like, we're here. So the damn event hasn't even started, and they talked this guy into jumping his brand new Raptor on this little jump. And well, let me tell you, he fucking full sends it. And I'm talking, I may be lying, but the son bitch is 10 or 15 foot off the ground when he leaves that ramp.
Yeah.
And he hits the front assembly, blows out, fucking, there's every airbag in the sucker goes off. I'm talking totals that freaking Raptor.
Damn.
The Wednesday before this thing even happened. Yeah, if you ever want to look, just look up Ford Raptor rednecks with paychecks.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah,
I bet I've seen it. I follow them on Instagram. I bet I've seen it.
That's what you can do. You can come down here. We'll go to rednecks. We'll go catch some pigs, and you'll have the full Texas tour.
Exactly. Yeah. Then you come up here, chase some coyotes.
That's what I like to do.
So you do have a stag hound now?
So I've got one from my buddy. So my buddy Michael Moore, he runs an outfit over west of me, and he does deer tracking too. Well, I met him years and years and years ago. We were he was tracking before I was, but when I got to going, he was already really established. Well, I had kind of called him for some advice, and and we also were we're close enough to where we'll share some tracks with each other. Like if it's in between us, like, hey, can you get to Decatur or whatever today? Oh yeah, I got it. So I'll send him a track. He'll send me a track. Well, we become pretty good buddies over the deer tracking deal. Well, after season, he runs hog dogs. That's what he does for a living, basically. I mean, he farms too. Like he'll run a plow, like especially right now, he's plowing like 300 acres a day, which may not be a lot to you up there, but he's running and gunning right now. But his main deal is running dogs. So he's got, between him and his partner, he's probably got 40 or 50 dogs, and they're all 45 of them are hog dogs, and there might be just 2 or 3 or 4 that he runs them with the deer, and so he's been doing the hog dogging deal for a long, long time, way before the deer tracking was even a thing. So he's got a pretty good little breeding operation. Like he's got some good dogs in my mind, in my opinion. Like he breeds some pretty cool dogs. And this, I'll be lying to you, the particular cross, but it's probably half stag and then like a quarter cur, quarter pit bull. But like she's a female and she does not have the big box head like her brothers did. Like, and she's got long hair. Like she's got long, wiry hair, unlike, and the brothers didn't. So it was weird because she took after the mama, which was mainly stag. So she's not full, but she damn sure looks like it. You know what I mean? Comparison, like the brothers just look like a giant cur dog with a pit bull head. Like they were 90 pounds, fast as shit, and had a freaking watermelon for a head. And they were yellow. They just looked like giant cur dogs. Like they were pretty badass. But she's a sister to them, and he runs lead and catch dogs mainly. So like he rarely does any kind of just run and catch dog stuff. But he makes those bigger, taller kind of catch dogs in case we had talked about this before. But like having a dog, and once again he's in more open country. So he wants a dog if the pig breaks when he dumps the dog, he wants the catch dog to be able to run it down and catch it. So a lot of his dogs are taller, so that's why he integrated the stag kind of into his little program. So, anyways, he's got who knows how many damn catch dogs. Well, this year I'm starting, and I had a 2-year-old hot dog and then a 1-year-old her dog, which is from him, and no catch dog. And I was running around in bay and shit and just shooting it with the gun, which is cool. But there were a couple times it'd be so thick that you can't even see the pig. So the dogs are bayed, and I can't even, like, I don't even know what to do. Like they're in I don't know if you've got briars up there, but these briars will be so thick you can't even walk through them, much less see through them, And
luckily you don't.
well, you'll see them when you come down here.
Yeah, you're gonna love them.
You're gonna love them, and they also poke the shit out of you. So, anyways, I was like, man, you got a dog? Like I was talking, he's like, man, I got Sheila. She'll do it. She'll lead in and catch. And I was like, that fucking ugly ass wire hair dog? He's like, yeah, she'll do it. And I was like, I mean, well, I don't got anything else, so fuck it. I'll run her. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we went hunting one day, and we were going to trade some dogs out, and we sent her in, and then one of these big blockhead, more dogo pit bull type dog, and you gotta dump the other dog. Like if we're doing a lead in deal, you gotta dump the big fat dog like 3 or 4 seconds before you dump her, because she's fast as shit.
Yep.
And they hung at probably 200, 260. I mean, and I'm being conservative, like a solid boar. Like went in there, and I mean she went in there, and she won't just run in and slam the sumbitch. Like she'll run in, juke, and then grab an ear. Like she's she's pretty meticulous. You know what I mean? So we watched her do that. Hung a big boar, got him killed or whatever. I was like, yeah, I'll take her for sure. Yeah, I'll take her home, no problem. Well, I haven't had any dogs to run with her per se, so she's been like the only kind of catch dog that I've had. Well, she's not. Turns out, like by herself, she's a little bit more picky and a little bit more reserved. So like, I've done a couple lead-ins, and then she like bayed one, and I was like, oh hell, like can't have that. Like I didn't even bring my gun. You know what I mean? So
I didn't even bring my gun.
yeah, I just got a knife because I'm used to. Whenever we catch them, we just leg them and then stab them. And so she had done that a couple times. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go run her with Chris over here. This boy east of me, Chris Eldridge, and he's got the other stag cross dogs. And boy, you dump them together, and it's like she's superhuman. Like she runs as fast and catches as hard as anybody. But it's like she just needs a little bit of buddy there.
Some reassurance. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if your stags are like that.
You see that a lot too here with stags, and they definitely run or fight better if there's a homie with them.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean, I can't blame them.
Yeah, exactly. And they're smart. They're smart.
And she's definitely a little. So like the brothers to her, like you dump them, and they're I mean, they're not. They might be as fast as her, but they don't look like. I'll show you a picture when we get off, but just a big leggy 100 pound dog with a freaking huge dome on them. And but when they run in to catch, they're like running in like a linebacker. They're coming in and they don't stop. They will run through that fucking pig. Like I've seen them knock over boars, like just plant them in the earth.
Hmm.
She's not like that. She's methodical. She'll run up, kind of whoop whoop, and then grab, kind of deal. So it's funny seeing just she looks totally different than them, and then she's kind of got that more methodical catch to her.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. These
That's the only one I've got.
Oh yeah, you'll have to bring her out.
Oh, I think she'd love that, especially if she's
Bring
got
her
some
out,
homies
throw her
around
in.
with.
You know. Yeah, here it seems like the females are always a little faster, and the same thing, and the males are always tougher.
Yeah, makes sense.
But that's mostly true. But my best killing dog is a female.
that's pretty cool.
And how many do you keep at the house?
So I have just my 2 Donovans are inside dogs.
But you got a whole lot of stags out back.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. There's probably at least 12, maybe. Well, counting puppies, there's probably 18 dogs out there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there's.
I like it.
I'd have to figure it out, but there's a lot of them.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, you do if you. I got into this thing because I had so many dogs before. I had 4 decoy dogs, and I'm like, I don't want to feed a bunch of dogs. I'm like, I just want 2 stags. Like I can do it with 2 stags. Well,
Yeah.
you can't. You just can't. I mean, you can if you don't want to hunt full time. You know, if you just want to go out a couple times here and there, but if you
Just
want
want
to go
to.
out, yeah, if you want to go out for all days on weekends and shit, you need several sets. I mean, they just get injured so much, they get tired so fast, and you gotta have a pretty good army.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
you got anything else you wanna share with us?
Well, off the top of my head,
You got any questions for the famous Joey Wright?
no, other than he must have some bad taste in water.
Yeah, that's a bunch of these
Water down south is
yeah,
shit.
Yeah, it's man, but like in the mountains, we live in the foothills, and you can get in any stream running out of the mountains and drink straight out of it. The water's good.
Oh man.
And that's what's so damn weird about it, because it's like even then the dogs just, a lot of them don't want to drink. I don't know what it is, man. I have no idea.
Old ass dog.
But
I need to bring Doom down and kill some pigs with him. He loves pigs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he'd be all about it.
I need to do that. I've taken him to Oklahoma a couple times pig hunting. He loves it.
Oh, so you have put him on pigs before?
Yeah.
Will he catch, or is he trying to kill him? I know it sounds like the same thing, but in my mind, like some of these dogs. So like one of the dogs we're running with right now is a greyhound that my buddy has, and it's been a coyote dog his whole life. And my buddy picked it up out of Kansas. Well, we've been running on these pigs, and he has no regard for his life. Like he's grabbing these pigs by anything he can get a hold of, type of deal. And it's like he's still in that. He's been killing coyotes for so long. Like he thinks he can just kill pigs, which is not a thing. I mean,
yeah.
He has taken some abuse the last few hunts we've been on, and it's like you could tell that he's used to being able to kill what he catches.
Yeah, yeah. No, Doom, he catches. He just grabs him right by the ear and shakes and holds on.
There you go.
I'm what you want.
I'm glad you brought that up, Ricky. Because there's a lot of stuff like that, like with the bulldogs. especially like with the more like the game dog stuff. I've seen so many guys want to cull a dog because they're like, it didn't catch right on the ear. I was like, man, these dogs have been bred for years and years and years to fight. So they're not catching the hog. They're actually fighting the hog.
Then, they're trying to kill it.
Yeah. So once they learn how to actually catch, they're fine. You know, just a lot of them, they don't know that, because if you take a grown dog or a dog that's older and has already been in a position to where he can just go in there and shit wreck stuff, it's a whole different game. He's got to learn how to catch instead of fight.
And they got that confidence already built up in them, so they think they're bulletproof.
Yeah, and there's no regard, you know.
Yeah.
And there's
it was cool to see him on the first pig. I mean, you don't know what to expect. I mean, I've just shot pigs. I've never put dogs on them, and I put dogs on them, and it's like, holy shit, this is badass.
Mm-hmm.
It can get Western in a hurry.
And we were free casting into creeks with our decoy dogs. I mean, they don't know what they're doing, and shit, they were baying up pigs and catching pigs all themselves. It was awesome.
Sounds like you got some hog dogs, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are freaking cool. I cannot wait. I'm going back in January to dog some pigs, so that's gonna be sweet.
Where are you going at? Who do you go with?
So you might have seen a video of him on like TikTok. He went kind of famous, but his name's Chuck, and he's from like Oklahoma, Thomas, Oklahoma. And there's a funny video of his TikTok of kind of a big old heavy set guy with a pistol and a piglet at about 10 feet. And he shoots at it, misses, shoots at it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, yeah. I've seen that video.
Yeah, that's my homie.
That's
Chuck.
Your boy?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that is a good video. He's shooting like a big ass revolver too, or is it like a little 38 or something?
Yeah. I call him old Papa Boar. That's Chuck.
That's funny as hell.
He is fucking part pig. But I love that guy. He's from Oklahoma. He harvests. He's part of a harvest crew that works with my boss. So
I'll come up for a couple weeks and harvest, and then go back home or whatever.
Yep. So I just seen him like 3 days ago. He was up here, and we got our hunt booked, and we've been hunting with him for, I think this will be our 5th year now. And before we just go up there and thermal hunt, well, then we got into all these dogs, and so now we're bringing dogs up and free casting into creeks and shit, and it's a blast.
So he doesn't have dogs?
No, he's just old boy. He don't have dogs. He's
got the land, huh?
Yep, he's a guide, and that's what he does is takes pig hunters, and mostly just we're the only dog guys he has, and we're the only thermal guys he has. And yeah, so we're pretty spoiled with him. It's a blast.
I'm looking at that on the map. That's like 3.5 hours from me, just kind of west of Oklahoma City.
We I think our best we've done with him in 2 nights of hunting, we've killed like 64 pigs.
Damn.
Holy.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's.
I'm looking at it on the map. I see lots of pivots. So it's farm country with some big creeks running through it.
Yep. That's it works out good because like
piggy habitat.
Yeah, the little patches of timber are pretty small, so you just go in there with the wind right and walk it and move on to the next one, and it is awesome.
Yeah, looking at it on the map, it looks freaking awesome. It looks like West Texas over here.
And Chuck, he knows every fucking thing. You drive around, and I mean, you'll be scanning with a thermal out the window, and you're like, "Hey, Chuck, what's this on the right?" And he goes, "Are they over there by that there pivot?" And you say, "Yeah." He goes, "Them are heifers." It is insane. Like, "Oh, Chuck, there might be some here." No, them are pairs.
That's little Johnny and June over there.
Oh yeah, he knows he knows when they're calving. Like, it's crazy. He's never been wrong. Like, no, or be like, "Chuck, are these cows or pigs?" "There ain't no cows over there." "Okay, then they're pigs."
Let's go.
Yeah, it is a blast. But He's old and he's basically retired, and we're his only night group, so we keep him out all night, and boy, it's a struggle to keep him awake.
So y'all are shooting them at night and then running dogs during the day, or are you dumping dogs on them at night, or what?
No, we might dump them on night a couple times, but mostly, yeah, just thermal at night, then go run cricks during the day.
Well, if you're coming down that far, you might as well just come another 3 hours and come hunt with me after.
Yeah, exactly. Might be able to do that. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, we're just probably 30 minutes past the border, 30, 45 minutes past the border on 35, so.
And how far are you from, like, Amarillo?
Oh, Amarillo's 4 hours.
Okay. I've been there hunting pigs and coyotes, too.
Yeah, that's where that Rendon boy is from. I was telling you about getting that Dogo Donovan from.
Oh, yeah, Rankin. Yeah, I love. So his dog and my dog are brothers.
Okay, that makes perfect sense, and I think that's probably where I'd seen you, is from following him and then seeing you, and I swear your area code is the same as over in Amarillo. I may be wrong, but that's whenever I first reached out to you and we were shooting the shit. I could have sworn you were in West Texas.
Good old South Dakota, yeah. Yeah, that Django dog, that dog was nuts.
Oh man, I feel so bad about that damn deal. The dog he died probably a month ago, and just kind of a freak deal or whatever. But he's the daddy to this Dogo Donovan puppy that I got, and looked just like Doom. And I never seen him in person, but some of the videos is pretty bad.
Oh man, I ain't never been scared of a dog before. That dog gave me the chills.
He looks scary, dude.
Because he wouldn't. The scariest part is he wouldn't bark or nothing. He would just stare at you. Like you go walking by and he just stare at you like
looking through your soul.
Yeah, like I'll rip your throat out. It was, and of course we didn't know how him and Doom would act together.
Yeah.
The first time we hunted, I'm like, I don't know. I know Doom's good. Like, let's just dump him on a critter. So we shot a coyote, and so we just dumped them, like, hunt him up, and ran up there and shit. Then they were perfectly fine with each other. But yeah, that dog was a freaky dog.
Yeah.
Cool as shit.
Are they about the same size?
Yeah, I would say they're pretty close. Django might have been 5 pounds heavier, maybe.
And where do they come from?
They come from New York.
No shit.
Yep.
And did y'all know each other before these dogs came along, or did y'all meet each other after?
Yeah, we met each other through the dogs, basically.
Wow, what are the odds of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you find them? Like, what made you?
I don't even. I think the guy that breeds them, I think I seen him tagged in a post or something, and I was like, because there ain't nobody that uses them for hunting.
Right.
And so I'm like, shit, clicked on him, like, damn, he uses his for hunting too. And then, then we just became best friends.
And then turns out y'all got brothers?
Yeah, then we got brothers.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, cool as shit.
Do you know the other guy I don't even know his real name, but his handle is like Decoy Dogging. He's got a couple yellow Donovans. Or, no, Coyote Karma. Is that it?
Yep, Coyote Karma. Brock is his name.
Okay.
Yep, he's got, so my roommate that lives with me, his name Abe, he has a sister to that Karma dog.
Okay.
So she's half Donovan, half Idaho Shag. And my buddy that is my roommate, Abe, that does all the hunting with me, that has all the dogs too, his brother is the one that bred them dogs.
Okay.
So, and he has a litter mate to that dog, and they're wildly different. She's just straight gray. They're blue dog.
Really?
But yeah, they're cool.
That's pretty cool watching. He send me some videos and like he'll shoot a coyote 200 yards away, and that dog will retrieve it like a duck and bring that fucking coyote back to him.
Oh yeah, that's what Doom does. Doom's retrieved the furthest retrieve he's had of coyote is 800 yards.
Damn.
Holy shit!
He'll bring, and that's the cool thing when I thermal hunt with him. You shoot a coyote at 400 yards.
Yeah,
He'll just bring it right back. He'll
Oh,
retrieve
God.
every single one.
That's badass.
Yeah, it is awesome. It saves because you can sit there and keep making the stand, and before the stand's over, the coyote's right in front of you.
That's freaking awesome. We keep talking about these Donovans. They're going to be the next washed out breed in America.
Yeah, they're.
We were talking about that with the Hyde Terriers. Same thing with the Hydes. We've got several of them, and there's a lot of people that always inquire about them.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a few of them that's been bred up, but they might not be exactly what they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? And you got to be really careful. I like the Donovans, and it's one of those deals where I'm like, I'd like to have a full one used as a catch dog and blah blah blah. But at the same time, it's like if you do that, there's going to be 1,000 people that go get one.
No.
Yeah, I'm breeding mine ASAP.
Yeah. Are you doing a full blooded litter, or are you doing crosses, or what?
No, I'm gonna do a full breed with Doom and Harley.
I got you. Put me down.
I just like them so much.
Go ahead and put me down for one.
I will. They're gonna be cool as shit.
I got you.
And she's yellow, right? And he's black.
Yep, she's yellow, she's black. They'll probably throw some brindles, hopefully.
I don't guess I've seen a brindle one yet.
Although, dude, they're badass.
I just bred Harley with a Patterdale,
Oh, Lord.
and that's the cross.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask
that
you about
she
that.
has, and man, they are cool puppies.
I bet those things are gonna be savages.
Yeah.
What's the plan with them? Decoy dogging?
Yep, decoy dogging and coon smashing and shit. I'll run them with the stags too and let them kill the coyotes.
That'd be interesting.
How big are the Donovans of yours?
Yeah, so Doom's 65 and Harley's 45.
Gotcha.
I'm hoping these crosses, these Pat Donovan crosses, are going to be like 30 to 40.
Yeah. I did some
Smaller the better.
I did some Patterdale and game dog crosses years ago for just smashing coons and trap line work. And we used them on hogs too. And we had anything from 16, 18 pounds up to like 30 pounds was our biggest one. And dude, they just looked like miniature pit bulls, and they were fucking fire. Like they had no preservation.
Kamikaze?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only one lived to be 18 months old.
Oh,
out of 7, yes. And that dude, at 6 months old, you couldn't pull them off of anything. You see a lot of these guys that want to start dogs when they're real young. Like those dogs came out of the womb ready to kill shit. And it to me, it holds true. If they start like that and they're real hard with no preservation, they're probably not going to live real long.
No, hell no.
So I had, of course, I started out with all the game dogs. Then we had the bull terriers, the Airedales, the Yog terriers, the Patterdale terriers, and then we made several different crosses. And then we went into making our version of the Hyde terrier. And man, like we just had a lot of kill dogs.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they were rough, real rough. But at the same time, we went through them, and everybody used to come over, and they would see my yard, and they were like, "It's a solid 3 acres. Is my dog yard." And they're like, "Holy shit!" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's 75 head there."
Yeah.
Like, and I like come back in 2 months, they won't be but 35 or 40 because like some of them just don't live
couple
long.
months later.
Yeah, like it was. That's the only thing that sucked with what we were doing. Doing them on coyotes and badger and coons. I always wish that we could have done it if that's, I love that style of hunt and that style of dog. We were doing them on hogs, and they work great for catching, but they don't give a
Yeah.
damn.
You only catch so many times.
Yes.
Yeah. Before you get caught.
Yes. And that's Nate. Nate was probably 16 years old, and I seen him put lungs back in, intestines, like he's like, I got to sew up this damn kidney. He
It's a regular surgeon now.
Yeah, like 16 years old, no joke. But now we actually had a surgeon that hunted with us. And so he always had Nate over there with him. Like, I could do simple stuff myself. But like Nate, that guy showed Nate, he was like, this is how you do this. We can put these dogs back together. And so that's been a big plus. We don't have to deal with that a whole lot anymore since we got these chicken shit bay dogs.
Yeah.
So much easier. It's easy, dude. Like, you can sit there and just listen to them talk. Just yap, yap, yap. Sound just like Joey.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I like it.
And they live a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt.
But shadow and a vet would be freaking awesome. Like could be a game changer for me. I do stuff with humans, which is weird, but it's not far off from dogs.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to all the anatomy and stuff, it's a little bit different, but in the long run, like it took me until this year to kind of realize that. We had a little plot cross dog I had. They had bait up a pretty good boar, and he was pretty toothy, and bait solid, drop the catch dogs, 50 yards, get the pig caught. We're high five, and I look around like, where is Wiley? And I look on the Garmin, she's 118 yards away, and I'm like, oh fuck. But I just knew something wasn't right, she'd be there. And I went over there, and I get about 20 yards away, and she kind of pops up and starts walking to me, like, gingerly. I'm like, okay. I get up to her, and I'm looking around, and she's got one little poke hole right behind her shoulder, and then one on her leg, and that's it. And I'm like, well, that's not that bad. So I go to lay her down on her side to kind of look at her. Well, bubbles start coming out of that one poke hole.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, I know, we all know. And I was like, oh shit. I put my hand on it, and I'm trying to think in my head, like, how do I correlate this to kind of like what we do on trauma calls with, at the fire department. Like, you can either have a lung that's punctured, or you can have a lung that's collapsed. And, you either want to poke a hole in the diaphragm cavity to let the lung air back up because it's filled full of air, and close that lung down so it can't air up, or you punctured the lung and it can't air up because it's got a hole in it,
Mm-hmm.
So I had held pressure on it, and I'm another determining factor is, like, you can see on a dog, or humans too, if you have one side that's collapsed, the other side's going to get bigger. So, like, I'm holding this pressure on her left side. I'm standing over the top of her, and I'm trying to look and see if, like, the right side of her rib cage airs up, and the left side will be drawn in. You know what I mean? Because that lung's not airing up. Well, I'm watching, and I'm like, well, she's pretty even, throughout, and she's breathing, and she's not coughing up any blood or anything. So I'm like, man, that's good. Well, my buddy he's like, what do you want to do? I was like, man, I'm just going to sit here and hold her for a little bit and feel around, because also whenever you get air out of that lung and into that skin, you'll have that Rice Krispie feeling below the skin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've lung shot a deer or something, you'll feel that. We call it Rice Krispies in the medical field. It's like, that air it's like subcutaneous emphysema is what they call it, and you can feel it, and you're like, okay. Well, she didn't really have that. It was like not nothing too crazy. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit and see what she does. Well, I'm watching her, both sides, and I can see both her lungs moving. So I'm like, okay, like, that lung is not totally penetrated, or if it is, it's airing back up. So I was able to watch her, and both lungs are moving. So I had made a call just to a vet, like, "Hey, what do you think? Well, this." And he's like, "Yeah, you're on the right track. Just put a pressure wrap around her, and then see what she does. If that lung collapses, then you might have to come in and we'll dart that pleural space, which is in the diaphragm, and then get that air out of there. That way, that lung can air back up." I don't know if I'm speaking freaking crazy Chinese to y'all, but
No, you're good.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I was thinking to say most
So-
of us we know what we're talking about.
yeah, but it took me like being there and touching that dog and watching her to see like, okay, this makes sense. Like, it's hearing up. We're all good. Well, so I think the bubbles were really just the diaphragm air that had come out. Because it's got air in the diaphragm where your lungs are at, and so I'd wrapped her up and we just kind of watched her. And I was like, I had a couple buddies like, "You better go to the vet. She's got a punctured lung." And then I went, "Oh, no, it's just the diaphragm. You'll be all right," kind of deal. Of course, when it's your dog, you're like, "Well, fuck,"
Mm-hmm.
I want to do right by the dog, but I also don't want a $3,000 vet bill to tell me it's a poke in the diaphragm.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, ended up watching her, and it was fine. And like the vet was like, "Man, if you go 2 day or a day, like tomorrow you wake up and she's really heavy breathing and that size drawing, he's like, we might have to poke a hole in there and suck some of that air out so that lung can move some." But I don't know. That was just one of the kind of experiences I've seen with the whole lung cavity, spot where, it might not necessarily be as bad as you think it is when you see those bubbles. You know what I mean? So anyway, she lives and she's fine now.
That's good. That's good.
Hell yeah. We've had a few of those.
I went on my little soapbox there.
No, and that's literally explaining it like that, like the Rice Krispies thing. I had never heard that, but that's exactly what it feels like.
You'll know when you touch it.
You'll know if somebody's out there listening, and you run into that when you touch it and you push it, and you're like, "Oh man, that feels like it's popping and crackling," and there's really no other way to explain it. It's the air inside that membrane and it's moving, and just paying attention to little things like that can really, really save your dog's life.
Yeah, it's like, when that rib cage, so it poked her right between the ribs, like just right in that little spot. So, just a little 1-inch cut, but it got through there, didn't hit the rib, it went in between. So that whenever that skin's moving, it'll close that hole. Say she's walking, that hole's only going to open up whenever she gets to that same exact spot where she got poked, where her legs are at the same spot, if that makes sense. So like, so when that leg's back, the hole's covered, so that air is going under the skin instead of out into the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you'll get that kind of that subcutaneous Rice Krispie type feel in there. Yeah.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah. So it's also, like I said, it can be the diaphragm or it can be the lung. Thank God. I think if you get a penetrated lung on a dog, from what I've gathered, it's pretty terminal. I don't know if y'all have ever had one that bounced back like these freaking whitetail can, but I don't know. Because I've called a few buddies, and like, man, if it's a poke lung, like, good luck, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know of many that have. As a matter of fact, I know of one that made a recovery, but it was at the vet's office immediately, and stayed there for the duration. And I want to say it was around $6,000 for that.
Damn.
And this was.
I do it for the right dog.
Well, this was a coon dog, and
if it's a competition coon dog, that's probably not much.
Well, that exactly. That dog paid for itself. He paid his own vet bill. But at the same time, for most of us out there, that gets to the point of reality. It's like, okay, everybody talks about, these dogs is man's best friend and this and that, or your cow's your best friend, or your goats. It's a lot of this comes down to when you have a whole lot of stuff, it's like livestock, you know what I mean? And
Uh-huh.
you don't want it to happen, but
No,
sometimes it
but
does, and you got to make a decision, so
yeah,
it's
and it's a
one of those.
financial burden.
Yeah, if it's like, hey, I can't pay my damn bills this month, or they're going to repo my car, you got to make a decision.
Yeah, and it happens on a Sunday when the vets aren't open, and you got to go to the emergency vet.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's when it happens.
Oh shit, yeah, you know it, no doubt. So, but thank you for that. Your soapbox.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and so that, I've got 2 more minutes on that. The Sheila dog, her brother, the one I said that goes in hard and hammers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he died at 2 years old last year, and he died from a sow, and it was he ran in hard. She met him halfway, and what had happened was, and I wasn't there, and I don't know 1,000%, but just what he explained to me, it was he got up to him. They caught the pig. Of course, he caught the damn pig. It didn't stop him from that. He caught the pig. They killed the pig, and then he kind of rolled over and he looked at him. He was like, "Man, what the hell?" And went over there, and his catch vest was tight as could be, on one side.
Yeah.
Like it was just expanded. Well, there's no cuts on the dog. It was like blunt force trauma. Like she had hit him so hard that it collapsed his lung on one side.
Damn.
Well,
Damn.
and it, like I said, it was like a 200-pound sow, with no teeth or whatever, just sheer blunt force. Well, he sat there. He said he took the vest off, and the dog he laid down and he just panting, and just short breath. Well, he was like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, I don't, there wasn't any blood to stop. It wasn't like he was gargling blood or anything. And I said, man, the same thing happens to people whenever they get in a car wreck or whatever. Like, you can collapse that lung, and they're breathing and breathing and breathing, and they've only got one lung, and they'll fill that sumbitch up, and then that cavity will fill up with air around the lungs, and then the lungs don't have any room to fill back up again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm pretty sure happened to that dog. And like I told him, I was like, man, last ditch effort, this dog's toast. Like he's laying down and he's about to die. Like you could poke a needle in the top side of that rib cavity and try to relieve that air out of that cavity, and pray to God that the lung has room to air back up, kind of deal. And that's what, it's going to be like a last ditch effort, but we, it's something we do to people on wrecks that have like a collapsed site. It's pretty obvious. You poke a needle in there and it lets that air out, and then hopefully the lung will inflate. So just a little more on that deal.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's cool. That's good stuff.
That's all I got. I'm talking now.
I got you.
Yeah, I always worry about that with them dogs that ride in that box in the clapter. That's gotta be a rough ride.
They got their sea legs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet them some bitches can balance on anything.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, y'all got anything else?
I'm good, bud.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
You got a story you want to close on, or you good? You good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I've always wanted to talk to you, and there's a couple other guys that, and I've seen it recently. Like I've been, the whole running dog stuff, the sight hound stuff's been curious to me. It just seems like a blast. It's like I'm an adrenaline junkie anyway, so it's cool to see that stuff. And then now that I'm getting to go with Chris and dump on these pigs and seeing them work, man, it's been intriguing to me. So I just wanted to hear it from somebody that's been doing it longer than I have, and I've seen the videos. You got some hell good dogs, so
Yeah,
I
thanks,
appreciate you. You bet.
Man. Yep.
All right, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Yep. You guys take care now.
It's good. It's good to meet you, Scott. Good talking with you, buddy.
You too, man. You too.
All right,
I'll be good.
All right, Rick. I appreciate it, man. That's a good episode. And everybody, make sure y'all go check out Decoy Dogging and Lite Hounds. You got to go check them out. If you don't, I'm going to whoop you.
Hey, tell them your name on the Instagram there, Scott.
Oh, yep. Instagram is 605 Killa.
605 Killer.
Y'all want to see some cool shit? Go look at his page.
That's right.
Yeah.
10-4.
All right,
Alrighty.
boys. Y'all be good.
Later on. We'll see y'all.
Later.
Yeah.
All right, let me figure this thing out. There we go. All right, everybody. That's another episode of Don't Run with Lite Hounds. We appreciate y'all, and we appreciate Ricky doing his thing. Appreciate Scott White Buffalo for coming on. And, man, that was some good information, some good stories. A really good episode. Appreciate y'all. We'll see ya.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitate to contact us at dixiedoggers01@gmail.com.